Thank you for joining us here on Special Education, Different Way of Thinking. Let's give all praises to the King of the universe. Yahweh is his name, the father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Today we want to discuss Deuteronomy 4, when Moses told us that we are a wise and great nation above all the nations of the earth. Right before his transition, because he wasn't allowed to go into the promised land. He was able to look over there, but he wasn't able to go over to the land due to the children of Israel and their iniquities, transgressions, and sins. In today's time, like Isaiah 60 said, the earth is in darkness. People of the earth are in gross darkness. Don't have no understanding of the Creator, who they are, where they from. Talking about these so-called black people, the children of Israel. And it's my job and my duty to help turn you people back to Yah and wake you guys up. Like it said in Habakkuk chapter 2, the knowledge of Yah will cover the earth like the waters of the seas. I just got a head start on to know the Creator and understanding his laws, statute, judgment, commandments, and ordinance. I am one of the people that he are raising up to teach this law, to turn you guys back to the Creator, Yahweh. You can find his name in Psalm 68, which they got a J in there, J-A-H, which it should be Y-H-W-H, Yah, meaning he who creates. Yeah, the people on the earth are in gross darkness. They're asleep. They don't understand what's going on in this earth. America is collapsing. There's total destruction. Y'all put Trump in office to help magnify and haste this destruction of the daughter Babylon, United States of America, to let the world know that it's him that's doing all these things and to return his people unto him. So we could be the great and powerful nation that he intended us to be. So I've been studying this book for over 17 years. It's a grooming process. Nothing comes overnight when it comes to the Creator unless he wanted to be that way. But most of the time, it's the underplay for the overplay. Just like when he did with Saul. Saul lost his father, I think donkeys or sheep or something, and he went to go find him and led him to Samuel. Samuel anointed Saul as Israel's first king, which if you go over to Genesis 49, it'll tell you that Judah will always rule. Another underplay for the overplay. When he came and got David, because he knew Saul wasn't going to rule long, because everything is before the Creator. He knew Saul wasn't going to rule long. That's why he said Judah will always rule. They'll always have the scepter. David is from the tribe of Judah. David's seed will always rule the throne from the tribe of Judah. Going back to Genesis 49, it tells you. Genesis 49, it all say purple is royalty, the blood of grapes. Why you see the purple light. All this is a representation of us, our culture, our nationality, and who we are as a chosen people to Yah. So we'll be going over a few things about who we are as these people, our duty as a people on this earth. If you go over there and read Ecclesiastes 12 and 11, it said the whole duty of man is to serve the Creator and follow his laws, statutes, commandments, judgments, and orders. That's the only job that we have on this face of this earth. The Creator give you free will, and guess what? 95% of the world is wicked, as we can see. Knowingly or unknowingly. He's going to reverse that when this third and final temple be built. Ezekiel 40 through 48. The third and final temple has not been built yet. When we return over to the land, we're going to build this temple and the earth is going to be at peace forever. We're going to bring heaven back to earth. 95% righteousness on the earth. It's always going to be some type of sin. That's why you got to put the daily sacrifices on in the morning and the evening. The Levitical priesthood will take on those responsibilities and those duties. The earth is out of order because we're not in our place. Once we get back and put this divine order in place, everything will run like a well-oiled machine, like Yah intended it to be. We are at the end of this captivity, so everybody need to wake up and return to the Creator, Yah of hosts. All nations of the earth, not just the children of Israel, the so-called black people. All nations of the earth will have to serve the Creator. If they don't want to serve the Creator, they will get punished. So with that being said, let's get started with Deuteronomy 4. Deuteronomy 4. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and to the judgments, which I teach you, for to do them, that you may live, and go in and possess the land which Yah of your fathers give you. You shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall you diminish out from it, that you may keep the commandments of Yah thy power which I command you. Your eyes have seen what Yah did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that follow Baal Peor, Yah thy power has destroyed them from among you. And that's when, okay, so we're going to correlate that with the so-called idol Jesus right now. That's why he said the world is in darkness. People in the earth are gross darkness. Y'all worshiping this idol Jesus like it's a real thing. Going to church every Sunday and not even understanding what you going to church for, because you're not reading this book and getting the correct information. Because if you would, you wouldn't be in no church. You'll be reading this book from the comfort of your home, praising the Creator from the cast of thy lips, returning back unto him. By all is the modern day Jesus. It's no different. Everybody who's serving the idol Jesus, if you don't turn to the Creator, you're going to perish. Turn to the Creator. Get away from our stubborn, wicked ways. It's a process. It's nothing you do overnight. But little by little, if you take these steps and turn to the Creator, he's going to turn to you and pardon your sins, as he said in this book. Verse 4. But you that cleave unto Yah, your power are alive, every one of you this day. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yah, this is Moses talking. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yah your power commanded me, that you should do so in the land whether you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation, is a wise and understanding people. So once we turn back to this law and start doing it, all the nations of the earth are going to be like, whoa, whoa, we want to be like them. We want to be like them. Right now, we want to be like them. We want to be like the heathen nations. We living like the heathen nations. We got to turn away from that. It's wickedness. The earth is in gross darkness. People of the earth is in gross darkness. Everybody's in gross darkness. It's only a tinge of light. That's why he said 60, be the light unto the nations. Be the light unto the Gentiles. Because if you go read Jeremiah 15, it tell you that the Gentiles is going to come to us and say, hey, our fathers have lied to us. We want to learn about y'all Creator. Yeah, that's the true and living Creator. We want to learn about that Creator. Verse 7. For what nation is there so great who has a power so near to them, as Yah is in all the things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that he has statute judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest you forget these things which thy eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. But teach them to thy sons and thy sons' sons, And that's where we have failed. We were cut off as a people, not to know who we were and where we were from. We are roots out of dry ground. The seal been off the book since 1896. Now we can start waking up and teaching our kids. My generation has failed these children. That's why these children are so wicked right now. They don't even believe in the Creator. They off the chain. Modern day prostitutes and serial killers is what we dealing with within our nation, here in the daughter of Babylon, United States of America. Sad but true. Now we got a tinge of this light. Let's wake these people up so they can understand who they is, for their sins can be pardoned and returned to the Creator of Yah of hosts. Especially the day that you have stood before Yah, thy power and horror, when Yah said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon this earth, that they may teach their children. Hold on, let me go in and tap in a little bit more. This happened at the mountain, when Moses went up into the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights. Verse 11. And you come near and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire into the midst of the heavens, with darkness and clouds and thick darkness. And Yah spake unto you out of the midst of the fire. You heard the voice of the words, but saw no similitude, only heard a voice. So Yah spoke unto the people. They heard his voice. They heard Yah's voice, and they got scared. They said, Moses, we never want to hear that voice again. You go speak unto the Creator for us. He declared unto you his covenant, which he had commanded you to perform, even 10 commandments, and he wrote them upon 2 tablets of stone. And Yah commanded me at that time to teach you the statutes and judgments, that you might do them in the land wherever you go over to possess it. Take you therefore good heeds unto yourself, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that Yah spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire, lest you corrupt yourselves and make you graven images, and the similitude of any figure, and the likeness of male and female. Ain't that's what we're doing right now? Worshiping the cross, worshiping a white man on the cross, worshiping a black man on the cross, a likeness of a man or a woman. What they worship in Hindu, a woman statue. In Buddhism, a statue of Buddha. What they do in Islam, worship the Kaaba, black stone, which they said is built out of one of the stones that Abraham used to build an altar to Yah, the Dome of the Rock, where they said Muhammad died on and went up to the heavens, which we know that's a lie, because don't nobody die and go to the heavens. We live in heaven on earth. We live in hell on earth. And right now we living in hell. We don't even know what it's like to live in heaven. But we'll get a chance once this third and final temple be built. We'll see what it's like to live in heaven, because he's bringing heaven back to earth. Right now we live in hell. Understand this book. Read it. It will give you the knowledge and wisdom. We'll listen to other people teach you this book when they don't have no understanding themselves. The Creator's told you in Ezekiel 34 and 36 what the leaders are doing, leading the sheep away from him, and what he's going to do to them. Ezekiel 35 talking about the Edomites, how he's going to destroy them. Ezekiel 37 talk about the valley of the dry bones, us waking up, returning unto him. Ezekiel 40 through 48 talks about this third and final temple. It takes time to understand these things and read this book and get the knowledge from the Creator, because he's not going to give it to you if your heart not in it. As you can see, this is my job, this is my duty. I was called upon. I was anointed to teach this book. Isaiah 61. You got to be anointed to teach this. Anybody just can't do it. This is my gift. Michael Jordan's gift was to play basketball. My gift is to teach this law, statutes, commandments, judgments, ordinance, and return to the Creator. That's my gift. Verse 17, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that fly in the air, the likeness of any creeping thing that's on the ground, the likeness of any fish of the water beneath the earth. Unless you lift up thy eyes unto heaven, and when you see the sun, the moon, the stars, even the host of heaven, should you be driven to worship them and serve them instead of Yah of hosts? Have divided unto all the nations under the whole heaven? But Yah hath taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be unto him the people of his inheritance, as you are this day. So when we was in Egypt, it was called the iron furnace. We in the daughter of Babylon, United States of America. And when you go read Isaiah 14, he tell you we in the furnace of affliction. This is Egypt part 2. We're going to have an Exodus part 2. But read Isaiah 42 through 66. It's talking about the second Exodus. Understand what's being said? Verse 21. Furthermore, Yah was angry with me for your sakes, and I swear that I should not go over Jordan, and I should not go in unto the good land, which Yah thy power given you for an inheritance. So Moses was groomed 40 years before he went into Egypt. Did another 40 years coming up out of Egypt. And he didn't even make it to the Holy Land because of the children of Israel. And they seen Yah's great power. They seen it for themselves and still didn't want to turn to the Creator. We are some stubborn, ignorant people, as we are to this day. And I think it's even worse to this day. Well, matter of fact, I know it's worse this day because we don't even have a clue what it's like to be the chosen people. But I must die in this land. I must not go over to Jordan, but you shall go over and possess that good land. Take heed unto yourselves, lest you forget the covenant of Yah thy power, which he had made with you, and you make a graven image, or the likeness of anything, which Yah thy power hath forbidden you. For Yah thy power is a consuming fire, even a jealous power. When you shall beget children, and children's children, and you shall have remained long in the land, and shall corrupt yourselves, and make graven images in the likeness of anything, and shall do evil in the sight of Yah thy power, to provoke him to anger. I call the heaven and earth to witness against you this day, that you shall soon utterly perish from off the land, whereunto you go over to the Jordan to possess it. You shall not prolong your days upon it. You shall utterly be destroyed. Life is the most precious jewel the Creator gives us. Time don't stop for nobody. It can cost you everything, but it costs you nothing at the same time. That's why he said prolong your days. You can prolong your days on this earth when you do right things by following this law, statute, commandments, judgments, and ordinance. Deuteronomy 30 tells you, choose life over death so you and your children may live, so you can prolong your days. Let me jump over to Ecclesiastes 9, and it speaks on death. Ecclesiastes 9. For all this I consider in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of thy power. No man knoweth either love or hatred by all that is before them. All things come alike to all. There is one event to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good and to the clean, to the unclean, to him that sacrifice and to him that sacrifice not. As in the good, so is the sinner, and he that sweareth, as he that feareth thy oath. This is an evil among all things that are done under the sun, that there is one event unto all. Yea, also that the heart of the sons of the men is full of evil, and the madness in their heart while they live. And after that they go to the dead. For to him that is joined to all the living there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. Meaning that your life is precious. You do evil, you do good. You got the same result. We all gonna die. But when you do righteousness, you can prolong your days. You can have a longer life. When you go over there to read Isaiah 6 verse 13, he said he's going to give us life like a till in the oak tree. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years old. When you want to live and see up that long in perfect health and see Yah's great power, living under his divine instructions with him at the head of this thing, it's going to be so glorious. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? Why would you want to live a short death? 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 years old. That's a short death on what life was intended for us to be. Noah and them lived to 900 something years old. Adam lived to 900 something years old. Why wouldn't we want to live and see that? Like he said, a living dog is better than a dead lion. Once you go to the grave, that's it. It's over with. A lion is way more powerful than a dog. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything, neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Once you're dead, it's over with. People forget. Real quick. Out of sight, out of mind. Just a memory. For a shorter period of time. Then that memory is gone. Do you remember your great-grandparents, your great-great-great-parents, your great-great-great-parents? No, you don't. Don't even know them. Like they never existed. That's why it's important to live for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, so you can see that power, so you can get to know your family. We have a family reunion 3 times a year in Jerusalem. 3 times a year, we get to choose our wives and be around our family and praise the Creator at the same time, having barbecues and feasts and festivals. Also, their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished. Neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun. So it's very important that we follow these laws, statutes, judgments, ordinances, precepts that come up under the Creator. Let me jump over to Deuteronomy 3 and let me read something real quick about what Moses said about going into the land. Deuteronomy 3, verse 25. This is Moses begging the Creator to go over to the land. His number one servant, his favorite servant out of all the servants that he ever had, that went up to the mountain 40 days and 40 nights without no food and water, and met the Creator and came down with the tablets, the 10 Commandments. His face was glowing so much that they said, put on the veil. We ain't never seen no power like that ever. Nobody, no other servant in this book has ever had that power and that ability that Moses had. No other servant in this book have had 5 books. The first 5 books is called the Law of Moses. His favorite servant. Understand? I pray you, let me go over and see the good land that is beyond Jordan, the goodly mountain in Lebanon. But Yah was wroth with me for your sakes, and would not hear me. And Yah said unto me, let it suffice you. Speak no more unto me of this matter. Get you up unto the top of Pisgah, and lift up thy eyes westward, northward, southward, eastward, and behold it with thy eyes, for you shall not go over to this Jordan. But charge Joshua, and encourage him, and strengthen him, for he shall go over before this people, and he shall cause them to inherit this land which you shall see. His favorite servant can even go over and possess the land. We dealing with life and death. Very strict rules. There's no playing around, no gray area, picking and choosing what you want to do. The Creator does not work like that. He don't. Do all this law. Some sins are punishable by death. Some sins you could put a sacrifice on. People talking about, oh, no sin greater than the other. Yes, it is. This book tell you. This book tell you. That's why when people get to talking about certain things, no sin is greater than the other, I'm like, they don't know what they're talking about at all. When a speak person get to talking about Jesus did this, Jesus said that, you don't know what you're talking about at all. Read this book for yourself. The book of remembrance, Malachi 3:16. Read it from Genesis to Malachi, and watch the Creator give you your knowledge, wisdom, strength, and understanding. I guarantee you. Let me jump back over to Deuteronomy 4. Deuteronomy 4, verse 27. And Yah shall scatter you amongst the nations, and you shall be left few in the number among the heathen, whether Yah shall send you. This was Moses talking to us way back then. Before David, Solomon, all them, before all of them even reigned during their time. He said he's going to scatter us amongst the nations. Where we at right now? Scattered in the 4 corners of the earth. Back then, when the northern tribe got scattered, they only went up to Assyria. When the southern tribe got scattered, they only went into Babylon. We are in 4 corners of the earth. Moses knew this was going to happen. He told us this was going to happen. 4 corners of the earth. This time that we live in right now, Moses told us this was going to happen. Because we're some evil, wicked people. Got a power like none other and don't want to respect it. We got to do better as a nation, as the holy nation, as the chosen nation. Our women are turned to thoughts, and our sons are young men are turned to serial killers. Sad. How are we supposed to return to the Creator when we have that type of mindset? All we want to do is entertain, play sports, sing, dance, rap, turn up, party, have sex. We don't even want to take on no wives. We want to have multiple wives with our sexual, lustful demons. Don't want to raise our kids correctly. Don't want to teach our kids about this law. We are some wicked people. me included. I'm not exempt. Let's change our ways. Let's turn back to the Creator and do what's right in the sight of all these nations, so they can see what this chapter is talking about. How powerful we are as a people once we do right by our Creator. It's not hard. Obedience is better than sacrifice. All we gotta do is be obedient. Erase this computer that we have been programmed with, and program it with the correct thing. Ecclesiastes 12. The duty of the men. The whole duty of men is to serve Yah. That's it. Once we get back to that mind state, we are so powerful. Verse 28. And there you shall serve. Look, check this out. And there you shall serve. And there you shall serve gods. Anytime you see gods with a Lord G, it means devil, idols. It means devil and idols. And there you shall serve gods, the work of man's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. Allah, Jesus, Buddha, what's the Hindu goddess name? And all the other religions and idols that we worship now in this day. There's only one true living God, and that's Yahweh, Father Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But if from thence you go out, shall seek Yah thy power, you shall find him. And if you seek him with all thy heart and thy soul, and that's what I just said, we got to go seek. That's what I did. May 2008. May 2008, I said, you know what? I'm tired of this life. I want to know God. I want to know who God is. And he brought me right to him and been grooming me ever since then to do what I'm doing right now. Ever since 9/11/2024, he said, use your talents before I take them. Start doing these videos, teaching the people about the Creator, because this is mine. This is what I was being groomed. This is what I have been groomed to do for the last 17 plus years. To do exactly what I'm doing right now. Turning the people to the Creator, Yahweh. When you are in tribulations and all these things come up on you, even in the latter days, talking about right now, the latter days, if you turn to Yah thy power and shall be obedient to his voice. This is Moses talking to us. Talk about right now, the time we living in right now. This was Moses talking about back then to right now. Talking about this book written by men. When don't y'all use men to do anything? Divine instructions from the Creator about what happened then, what's happening right now, prophetically speaking. For Yah thy power is a merciful power. He will not forsake you, nor destroy you, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers which he swore unto them. For ask now of the days that are past, which were before you, since that day thy power created man upon the earth, and ask from the one side of heaven unto the other, whether there has been such a thing as this great thing is, or has been heard like it. Did ever people hear the voice of thy power speaking out of the midst of the fire, as you hast heard and lived? Or has thy power essayed to go and take him a nation from the midst of another nation by temptation, by signs, by wonders, by war, by the mighty hand, and by the stretched out arm, and by the great terrors, according to all that Yah thy power did for you in Egypt before your eyes. Until you it is showed that you might have known that Yah is he, thy power. There is none else beside him. Out of the heavens he had made you to hear his voice, that he might instruct you upon the earth, and he showed you his great fire, and you heard his words out of the midst of the fire. And because he loved thy fathers, therefore he chose their seed after them, and brought you out in his sight with the mighty power of Egypt, to drive out the nations from before you, greater and mightier than you, and to bring you in and give you their land for inheritance, as it is this day. Now therefore this day consider in thy heart that Yah is he thy power in heaven above, and upon the earth beneath there is none else. Nobody with Yah. He's by himself. No Allah, no Jesus, no Satan, no devil, none of that. None of that sits. It's all Hollywood. It's Yah that does all things. Deuteronomy 32. I do good, I do evil. I give life, I give death. I, Yah, do all things by myself. You shall keep therefore his statutes, his commandments, which I command you this day, that it may go well with you and with your children after you, and that you mayest prolong thy days upon earth, which Yah thy power give you forever. Then Moses served 3 cities on that side of Jordan toward the sunrise, that the slayer might flee thither, which should kill his neighbor unawares, and hated him not in the times past, and that fleeing unto one city he might live, namely Bezer, in the wilderness, in the plain country of the Reubenites, and Ramoth and Gilead, and the Gadites, and Golan and Bashan of the Manassites. And this is the law which Moses set before the children of Israel. These are the testimonies, the statutes, the judgments which Moses spake unto the children of Israel after they came forth up out of Egypt. On this side of Jordan, in the valley of Baal Peor, in the land of Sihon, king of the Amorites, which dwelt in Heshbon, whom Moses and the children of Israel smote after they come forth out of Egypt, and they possessed his land, in the land of Og, king of Bashan, 2 kings of Amorites, which were on the side of Jordan toward the sun rising, from Eor, which is by the bank of the river of Arnon, even unto Mount Sion, which is Hermon, and all the plain on this side of Jordan, eastward, even unto the sea of the plain, under the springs of Pisgah. There we have it, people. Prolong your days on this earth. Return to the Creator. A lot was said in that chapter. If you don't understand anything, reach out to me and some other good brothers just like me that understand this book just as well. We can help y'all turn to the Creator, so we can go home, build this 3rd and final temple. We got to go home to Jerusalem, tear down all that idolatry. Dome of the Rock, LL Smiles, all of that churches and all that stuff, it all got to come down, because this 3rd and final temple can't coexist with all that idolatry over in the land. As we can see what's going on in Israel right now, total destruction. Yah is cleaning out the Palestinians, and he also going to clean out the so-called Jews, the Edomites, which they are called in this book, for us to return. He's going to give us that land all the way down to Syria, all the way down to Jerusalem, Jerusalem. It's our land. It's time for us to return home. Once we return home, we will get attacked by the Assyrians, which is called Iraq today. They will come in and attack us. Micah 5. A whole lot is going to go on now. Be prepared. Turn to the Creator so you can pass up under the rod. Ezekiel 20. We are a chosen nation. Yah is setting up his jewels right now. Jewels in the crown. I think that's in Zechariah 9, I believe. Come on, people. Let's do it. Let's turn back to Yah of hosts. Let's pray unto him. Render the calves of our lips. That's how we put on our sacrifices right now. We pray daily. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Like the prophet Daniel did when he was in Babylon. And with that being said, peace, love, blessings to all nations on the earth. Let's return unto Yah. Hallel Yah. Hallel Yah.